used to say sorry a lot, but now I don't. But I still know when I'm in the wrong because that's how you learn. But I wouldn't say sorry just because somebody feels like I have to. I wouldn't do anything that I do not want to. And you need to have hope. And it took me a long time to get here. But yet again, I had a boss that was very angry all the time. And this is when I said, when you look at somebody, you can either look at it in a good way or you look in a negative way. I always looked at it and I said, how? How does he have that strength to talk like that? In the midst of all this, when everything's calm, everything's quiet, he will still say what he used to say with ferociousness, ruthless, that would make everybody stop in their tracks. I asked him, and he said it's a backbone that grows within time. Come to find out in the background that his life was not as hopeful as I perceived it to be. So then I realized why I couldn't shout at people like that because I didn't have that way of looking. Honestly, I don't even remember the last time I actually truly shouted at somebody. No. The only time I shout, and I mean really shout, is just when I'm hyper, when I'm really happy. That's the only time you find me shouting. If there's something that has gone wrong or something that I do not agree with that's happened, I always find it best to give time and space, space and time. Literally just how I space, time, time, and space. Because if you rush too fast, the other side doesn't even understand why said thing has happened or why we are not talking. That will give person said time to think about what happens when it comes to the next conversation. And also it's about hope as well. When you're given this time and space, you give yourself that hopelessness of not rushing your mind and handling things so much easier that it flows without you putting too much stress. Pardon me. Honestly, I know I just have to say I'm grateful for God, my maker, for giving me this opportunity just to speak my mind and my thoughts. Out of all this, he has been the only person who has believed in me, not doubted me, not slandered me when my back is turned, not done things that I have requested or not requested, truly with the listening, truly with the patience and the knowing. And this is why I just can't trust myself as a human being with the path which I'm on. I would have to say, thank you, Maker, because there's a whole lot of things that's happening. And I'm so grateful in this point of time that I can just sit here and talk. The the ruthlessness about this is I just can't believe I can sit here and talk. Because in the past, I would have probably stayed in bed, watched, sat there binge watching, smoking, drinking, just all of the distractions that you can just imagine. But now, instead of that, I'm here. And I don't expect anybody to understand. But give yourself the hope, the blessings that the Maker has given within you in your genes. Doesn't matter if nobody understands. That's not your problem. That's not your solution. That's not your baggage. If you feel that you can do more for somebody, put it up to God. Put it up to the Maker. It's not your responsibility to take care of another ecosystem in this life. If God can make sure that the sun wakes up again, make sure the birds are fed, make sure the fishes can reproduce, you think he's gonna forget to take care of you? Huh? I don't have any arguments how things have turned out in my life. I think with every day or every knowing, you just have to know hope goes a long way. It really, really does. It really, really goes a long way. And I don't have the motivation to try and fight anymore. I just want to sit down, talk to myself, talk to God, because this is the first time. And I think when you move out, some people, unfortunately, you get booted out at 18 years old. I was 20 when I moved out, but this is the first time me living by myself at 26. Do not have this urge to go out and do some madness. 26 years of your life has been taken away. Get to know yourself. Doesn't matter if you think you've done all the work, you've never had the chance to spend time with yourself, by yourself. Take time, learn about yourself, because it's a new experience. It's a new way of living. It's a new way of looking at life. It's one way of you taking control and choosing the path that what you want, not the path that anybody else wants for you. Doesn't matter if they're the closest people to you. And if they don't understand, never ever make it your mission to convince. God doesn't convince you to prove to you that he's here. I'm telling you, every day you open your eyes, when somebody sees you on the street, there's a lovely, I want to say like fragrant. When you smell someone, there's a lovely way of the body of the ecosystem recognizing another one without any words needed to be said, especially with the opposite sex and even with the same sex. So the more you know about yourself, the more specific God and you can have words, and the more you can just shut everything else out. Anything else that does not align with it, just shut it out. Don't feel bad. And it takes time. And you shouldn't try and